Yo, what up gamers, my name is Vaporedark and I'm a Master Tier ADC main. Kai'Sa is one of the most interesting ADCs in the game with one of the most versatile kits. She deals great DPS and burst while also being able to itemize to deal a lot of poke damage if she goes AP. Add her amazing mobility into the mix and you get one of the most fun ADCs in the game. In this guide, I'll run you through the basics that you need to know in order to succeed with Kai'Sa ADC. Starting off with her abilities, Kai'Sa's passive is Second Skin. Kai'Sa auto-attack stack Plasma for 4 seconds and deal additional on-hit magic damage based on how many stacks the enemies have. Attacking an enemy at 4 stacks consumes the Plasma, dealing magic damage based on missing health. Nearby allies can also apply 1 stack to champions by applying hard CC. Additionally, her passive allows her basic abilities to evolve after gaining enough bonus stats from her items and natural stack growth, but not runes or any other source. Q evolves after 100 bonus AD, W evolves after 100 bonus AP, and E evolves after 100 bonus attack speed. The on-hit portion of this passive makes Kai'Sa scale amazingly with attack speed, granting her great DPS, while the execute after 4 stacks also makes her bursty. Because it's an execute, it gives her a small bit of synergy with mage supports who deal a lot of damage of their own. As the lower HP they can make her target, the more damage your execute will deal to them. Mostly though, Kai'Sa's best synergies with tanky engage supports with multiple CCs who can apply multiple passive stacks to your target. They help guarantee that you'll get your execute onto your target and can even increase the chances that you'll get off 2 executes in one fight. As for the evolve portion of the passive, you'll typically want at least 2 evolves in every single game, but 3 is usually off the table except with certain AP builds. Your Q for 100 AD is always going to be your first evolve because it's the strongest one in the early game, and AD also tends to be the strongest early game stat. Meanwhile, on AD builds, it's easy to rack up 100% bonus attack speed too, since it synergizes with AD and you want to build attack speed for your passive on hit and execute anyway. The AP evolve on W though is something you'll only ever want to build on dedicated AP builds though, since going out of your way to build AP on an AD build is just very awkward and doesn't synergize with the rest of your items. On dedicated AP builds however, you usually will get all 3 evolves. They'll typically start off with the Mana Moon and just rated Dirk to get the Q evolve first, as is pretty much mandatory for getting through the laning phase on Kai'Sa. Then they'll grab W evolve either through an AP Mythic or Nashor's Tooth, the attack speed of which will easily grant you W evolve when paired with Berserker's Greaves. Although AD as a stat doesn't synergize with AP builds, it does at least still amplify W poke damage, as does the Muramana passive, so it fits well with AP's whole poking theme. And the attack speed is useful since you still do so much on hit damage, as it scales with AP. Still, many AP builds forgo the attack speed evolve and rely only on Q and W evolves, meaning it's overall far more common to rock 2 evolves than 3. Moving on, Kai'Sa's Q is Icathian Rain. Kai'Sa launches 6 missiles that split among nearby enemies. Most targets take 25% damage from extra missiles besides the first one to hit them, but minions will take full damage from every missile, giving Kai'Sa amazing wave clear later on into the game when the missiles do more damage. This ability is strongest when used to nuke a single target down, so ideally you'd like to isolate a target away from minions so that all the missiles connect with them. Without being evolved, the following 5 missiles after the first will cause this ability to deal 125% extra damage, more than double what you'd get if you hit them with only 1 missile. Evolved, it'll deal 275% extra damage, close to triple the damage of a single missile. Once you have some AD, this ability's damage is completely insane, and sets up squishy enemies to easily die when combined with a single execute proc from your passive. This ability also deals 100% extra damage against minions below 35% HP, just to help your wave clear a touch. So bear in mind that if you want to clear a wave efficiently, this ability will do the most damage when all of the minions are below 35% HP. And the lower they are, the lower the chances that any given minion will need more than 1 missile to be executed. It's worth noting that this ability has a significant AP ratio, meaning although it deals physical damage, it does still get improved by building AP. Kai'Sa's W is Void Seeker, firing a Void Blast which deals magic damage, applies 2 plasma stacks for her passive, and grants true sight of any champion hit for 4 seconds. When evolved, it instead applies 3 plasma stacks, and hitting a champion with it reduces its cooldown by 77%. This ability has insane range, which makes it great for poking from out of vision in lane when the enemies don't expect it. It has a huge hitbox, so it's most effective when there are no minions to get in the way. The better your wave clear, the better you'll be able to poke with Void Seeker in lane, especially while the enemies are stuck while sitting under turret. The fact that this applies 2 to 3 stacks of plasma is also hugely significant, as it leaves you only needing maximum 3 autos to get the execute. Even less if the target has been CC'd by one of your allies. What's more is that the CC from said ally can guarantee a free W hit if no minions are in the way, further increasing her synergy with lockdown supports. When evolved, this becomes a DPS tool as well as a poke tool, able to constantly weave it with your autos for more damage than if you were only auto attacking. Kai'Sa's E is Supercharge. During the cast, she gains a huge burst of movement speed which scales with her attack speed up to a point, and becomes ghosted. When the cast 0.5 seconds on every auto. Upon being evolved, Kai'Sa also becomes invisible during the 0.5 second cast time. You should basically consider this ability a very controlled dash, since she moves so fast and it lasts so little that it basically functions the same as a dash. Except even better in some cases since it doesn't get blocked by anti-dash spells. You should lead fights with this ability only if you won't need its mobility to dodge or kite anything. It can also be used to reposition yourself to get a good angle for Void Seeker. Late game with enough attack speed, the attack speed increase can become permanent, so long as you keep auto-attacking, meaning the downtime on your stealth would also be less than 4 seconds long, making it amazing to kite with. When using the evolved version to kite, try moving to one side during stealth whenever possible to make your movement unpredictable and creating a bigger gap between you and your chaser. Kai'Sa Zara's Killer Instinct. Kai'Sa instantly dashes near an enemy champion affected by plasma and gains a shield scaling with her AP and AD for 2 seconds. The range is anywhere between 1500 and 3000, so this allows you to instantly gap close onto enemies pretty far away if you can either attack them with Void Seeker or an ally can apply plasma onto them with their CC. Most people don't know this, but Killer Instinct is also an auto attack reset just like Nasa's Q or Server W, so you can use it mid-combat just to squeeze an extra auto attack in to maximize your DPS, if you feel a fight is close enough for this to be helpful. Additionally, you can cast any ability during Killer Instinct's dash, so you can start casting W mid-dash and have it easily hit your opponent from melee range as you land on them. Although this is mostly an offensive ability, you can also use it to defensively kite, by using it to place you back at max range of the champion you're kiting. Another useful trick is that if a champion is near a thin wall, you can use Killer Instinct to dash you over the opposite side of it, where they can't chase you if they don't have their own dash, or if it's on cooldown. It's niche, but it can be a pretty neat escape in the right situation. For runes, you should run Hail of Blades, Taste of Blood, Eyeball Collection, and Treasure Hunter, with Presence of Mind and Legend Bloodline, replacing Presence of Mind with Cutdown against tankier team comps. Alternatively, if you want to sacrifice some laning power in exchange for superior scaling, many players are beginning to favor Lethal Tempo in Kai'Sa, in which case you'd want to run Lethal Tempo, Presence of Mind, Legend Bloodline, and Kudakra or Gutdown, with Taste of Blood and Treasure Hunter. For your build, there are 2 main build paths you can go for. In both cases, your mythic and first item will be Kraken Slayer. The most popular build is to rush Serrated Dirk, followed by Noonquiver and Pickaxe to pick up the fastest possible AD evolve to optimize your laning phase strength. However, this forces you to convert the Serrated Dirk into a second item collector, which scales a lot worse than the alternative build path and gives you a very delayed E-evolve. The alternative is to rush Kraken Slayer and then build 2 longswords for your Q-evolve. This gives you a much later evolve, but you can then turn the longswords into a Phantom Dancer and get a much quicker E-evolve, as well as a build that scales better into late game. With the first build, you'll want to follow up Collector with Phantom Dancer for the E-evolve, and then grab Infinity Edge, and then your final item is situational. With the latter build, you follow up the Phantom Dancer with Infinity Edge, and then your final 2 items are situational. Your situational items are Lord Dominik's to deal with high amounts of armor on the enemy team, Guardian Angel to get a cheap power spike and survivability if you feel you don't need any more damage, Mortal Reminder to counter excess healing, Wit's End to deal with magic damage while still getting a significant DPS boost, Bloodthirster to boost general survivability while also getting a big damage increase, or Mercurial Scimitar to deal with troublesome CC. I don't really advise building AP on Kai'Sa since the nerfs, but if you must do it for the sake of your team comp, you'd want to rush Serrated Dirk into a Mana Moon for a fast Q evolve, then build Berserker's Greaves into Nashor's Tooth for simultaneous W and E evolve, into Luden's Tempest to maximize poke damage. After that, you can build whatever AP items you feel best fit the situation, and you're free to sell the Serrated Dirk as soon as your Q tooled more guides like this, and let me know in the comments what champion you'd like to see a guide for next. Follow me on Twitch using the link in the description to hang out with me live, and I hope to see you all on the next video. Until next time, gamers.